we could wind up on this. It seems, I mean, Trump has made some concessions, frankly, to China. Part of that is fighting a multi-front trade war, not just against China. So we have this China trade deal. It's not really inked yet, although maybe it's sort of a modus vivendi, if you'll excuse the fancy term. But it seems like he's given some things to the Chicoms, and they should reciprocate. I mean, we've talked. One of the things they could do is, as a gesture of goodwill, would be to expel Jimmy Lai and the other
Yep.
Hong Kong people. Do you think that might be in the offing, or what else should the Chinese? I mean, it seems like it's time for China to make a move if they
You know,
want to, keep in Trump's good graces.
I kind of always, even when I was in Hong Kong and I was doing stuff, actually, even in when I was, helping people in Philippines and helping, I stay away from the U.S. government. I'm not looking to be part of their plans. You know what I'm saying? So people say what I think what you do is you put pressure, 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 and then hopefully something happens. I think there's smart people out there, and what they want is they want the pressure to go away. So if the Chinese want to never hear from Mark Simon again, if they picked up the phone and said, hey, if you shut up and never come to Asia again, other than on vacation, if you never come to Asia again, we'll give you Jimmy Lai back. Okay, deal. We'll give. I'd change anything. I'd trade anything for Jimmy. But the thing is like, do they have the brains to do it? I don't know. I think the real thing that's coming up here in the administration, and I'm pushing it hard. I don't have any influence in the administration. I'm the first one to tell people. I got a few people that read some of my stuff. Here's my point. I think what we're seeing and what we saw out of the Chinese with Carney and with some other people, I think we're seeing the Chinese they're out of gas. They don't have anything to give. The Irish got a small beef, by our standards, a small beef deal. That was a big deal for the Irish. They got a beef deal to sell beef into China. Okay, that's great. It's good for Ireland. What are we talking about here? $100 million a year, maybe? You know what I'm saying? In beef? Not even that, from what I understand. So they got a beef deal selling beef to China. That helps the British. That helps the Irish farmers. That's good. And it's something that's achievable. And the Chinese need the beef because they want to diversify their sources. So you got a Chinese beef deal. What else can the Chinese do? They've got a shrinking economy. They have got horrible demographic news. Now, people may not know much. Hong Kong's a city of 7 million people. In 2025, of that city of 7 million people, there were 35,000 babies born. That's all. That's literally half of what was born. I mean, that means unless there's a mass wave of children coming in, and there won't be, essentially, compared to what's in schools today, half the schools in Hong Kong have to close within
Wow.
basically 10 years. Half. And we know that. In other words, so that's going to change a lot. But I think that's the thing. I think what does Trump get? And I'm not sure there's a lot to give, because you said it at the beginning, and I'll finish on this. But like, Japan has changed everything. Our ally, once you add Japan to the defensive mix of Taiwan, the Chinese aren't going anywhere. They're not going to do anything, because there's no way they're going to take on the Japanese and the Americans. Because if the Japanese say they're coming in, well, then the Americans are going to come in. There's no way. You know what I'm saying? You could have all the JD Vance guys and everybody else, but even Colby, whatever, Bridge Colby is coming in if Japan's attacked.
Yes.
The U.S. Navy would probably just put themselves into position. A friend of mine used to say that. People go, well, what's going to happen if China comes in? Will the U.S. come in? The guy goes, oh, you mean Harry Harris? When Harry Harris was the Admiral of the 7th Fleet? Harry, when he's the 7th Fleet, he would just go park some battleships, some disposable ships, probably down off, on the
Yes. I
on
think
the
those are
west
called the
side.
littoral combat ship. Yeah.
Yeah, pass them, put a couple of ships down there, and the Chinese are going to take a shot, and then we're in, and don't think that they're above that, because they don't want to lose it. But I myself, that sounds right, but I myself think that I think the real thing that's coming out of this, and it's coming up, is that China doesn't have what the world needs anymore. It's a shrinking market. And so the question is, as soon as people determine you're a shrinking market, it's over.